How's it going, YouTube? This is Redneck Sniper, and I just bought this weapon 2 days ago. This is the Yugoslavian M59/66 A1 SKS. The difference between the A1 and the normal 59/66 is the addition of these flip-up night sights. Let's see, the two yellow dots flip up. Of course, they don't glow in the dark anymore. They're tritium. There's one on the front sight post too. So they don't glow in the dark anymore, but still helps you get a better sight picture. I've seen these rifles go for $450, $550, even $600. I got a really good price for this. I paid $364 with taxes and a box of ammo. Since it's an open carry state, I walked it home, no problem. And the last video I brought to you was on a milsurp, was the Mosin Nagant disassembly. So I figured we'd go ahead and do an SKS disassembly. I did disassemble it while I was at the gun shop. Of course, always ask permission before you disassemble anything on any firearm in any gun store. It's just respect. Even if you're just wanting to take the bolt out of a Mosin, always ask first because it's not yours. So they said as long as I could put it back together, which I could, that's fine. So I'll go ahead and disassemble this, and I'll explain to what I'm doing on the way. First, to disassemble any gun, don't be stupid. Always make sure that your safety's on and that your weapon's clear. And for those of you that don't know, the SKS shoots the 7.62 by 39, made famous by the AK-47. So this ammo is being produced every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in thousands of countries. And it's the cheapest centerfire rifle ammo in the world. You can get 1,000 rounds for about $260. And it's 30 caliber, so it'll take down a deer. If you place a shot right, it'll drop the deer, but it'll only take one shot to kill him. So to disassemble, no ammo in the magazine, no ammo in the chamber. We know this weapon's empty. Dry fire, put back on safe. To start with your disassembly, flip up your disassembly lever. Keep your finger on the dust cover, because sometimes it will fly out. Remove your dust cover. Remove your recoil spring. Now, I've seen people on YouTube videos put their recoil spring in with the straight side going in first and the squiggly side going in first. This is the correct way. So if yours was in this way, make sure you fix it. Next, undo your magazine latch. So your bolt carrier and bolt back together. I like to flip it out upside down so that they both come out in one piece. Here's your bolt, bolt carrier, and bolt. Now, next step of the disassembly is we're going to go ahead and do the gas system. Easiest way to do this, I like to use the end of my knife, and to take apart your gas assembly, you have to flip this lever up. Mine's extremely stiff, so just bear with me and I'll get it up. There we go. You want to line this bar up to where there's a flat piece on it. It's on the bottom when the lever is all the way rotated to the bottom. You want to get this flat part vertical so that this can just lift out. Here's your gas piston housing, and here's your gas piston. Mine was in very good shape, and the gas piston itself was the reason why I took apart the gun to begin with. Now, you don't want to flip this lever all the way up, because if you do, this next piston will fly across the room. So to do that, keep your finger on it, and I like to use the dust cover and slide it right there tilt it up just a little bit, and here's your second gas piston. Now, here's the part where everybody says that it's stuck. It's hard to get open. But mine, luckily, was actually very easy. Now, the way the Russian military manual trains you to do this is to use the tip of your round. And this little button right here, there's an indent in the button that the projectile fits perfectly in. Now, yeah, that's a good way to use it. Do that in the field if you need to, but I like to use the dust cover because these ears align perfectly. So you stick it in that button, press down, ensure the safety's on, and you heard that snap. And now your trigger assembly lifts out of your rifle. And here's your magazine. Now, if you're wanting to install a 30 rounder or something like that, don't put your magazine back in and just pick up where I left off. But other than that, that's pretty much the whole disassembly. The only problem I have with mine is my gas shutoff valve is stuck, so I'm going to have to get a propane torch, heat it up a little bit. And it is Cosmoline, it's not rust, I've looked. So, that's the disassembly. Now let's go ahead and reassemble it. So, just start back from how we started. Or how we ended, I mean. So, if you're going to put a 30 rounder in here, skip this step. But you want to get these buttons lined up about maybe ½ inch from the front. And then there'll be about that much space in between this cutout for the trigger assembly. Then take the trigger assembly, get this bar, and stick it right there. Write it down. I'm going to use the edge of the table and push down until you hear the click, because the spring under this tang is extremely stiff. Regardless of how well you've cleaned it, it's always going to be stiff. So now your trigger assembly is back in place. Now we'll do the gas system. To start to reassemble your gas system, grab your small piston and spring, put it back in the housing. Ensure that this is flipped up. Push. Push back and shut it that much to where the bottom one is at the top of that trail. Then you can put your second part back on. Gas piston goes in this way with the small end. Piston head over here. And then set it on the front. Align the flat part again. And then use whatever you like to do this. Screwdriver and a rag works great. But I don't know why I didn't grab one, but whatever. Just try not to scratch your rifle. Now, or yourself. I'm going to do it on my lap. It's easier. Use a dust cover again. Alright. Gas system's back in place. Lever's all the way to the bottom. It's not going nowhere. Now for the final step, which is, in my opinion, the easiest step. And if your SKS is having slam fire problems, here's how you fix it. You take your bolt out, you drive out this pin Set it up on 2 platforms with hollow in the middle. Set it like this. Get a chip punch. Drive out that pin. Pull your firing pin out. Clean out your firing pin channel. Really, really good with a wire brush, simple green, rim oil or any kind of lubricant until you get all the rust out. Clean your firing pin off the same way in some almost boiling water and wipe it off, put it back. And as long as it's, hear the shaking, as long as it's free flowing, that's how you fix your slam fire problems. So now we put it back. First, get your bolt and bolt carrier. They link together like this. To place it back in the rifle, leave the magazine open. Place it on top and down. Then you can shut your magazine. Get your recoil spring. Squiggly part goes in the back. Well, the squiggly part goes in the front, in the back of the bolt carrier. And the straight part should be what's outside. Pull your lever back out. Put your dust cover back on top. It's got a little bit of spring tension, so just push it forward till it fills that gap with one finger, and then push the lever back in with the other. Pull it down. Dry fire the weapon. Weapon's empty. This gun is now reassembled. Cool thing I like about the SKS's is the flip up bayonet. Honestly, there is no cooler bayonet than this, in my opinion. I mean, this is just a really cool system for a bayonet, and I mean, it's really cool. And really effective. So, I'm really glad I got this rifle. And if you don't own an SKS, I'm telling you, the Yugo is the way to go. So, thanks for watching this disassembly video. This is Redneck Sniper, signing out.